Hi everyone, and welcome to MLA 121, General Lab Procedures and Urinalysis. So I'm going to do a quick overview of our course textbooks, course schedule, course outline, and just a few other tidbits that I'm going to throw in so you can become a little bit familiar with the course before we meet and before we do our first class session. So the course is entitled General Lab Procedures, and so I'm going to kind of teach you how to use all the equipment that you need to use in the lab. We're going to start off with microscopes and go to centrifuges, so you may be familiar with what that is, but maybe not. And yeah, that's how we spin our blood samples and our urine samples, so I'm going to show you how to use that. I'm going to teach you how to make some reagents, and we're going to use some balances, and so it's kind of a fun little course. It's some pipetting in there too, so yeah, it's fun. You'll really enjoy the labs of that. And then the second part, or the second module that we will do is called urinalysis. So you heard me right. I'm going to teach you all there is to know about urine. And we're going to do our labs, so I'm going to teach you how to test it with the chemical testing strips, and then we're going to centrifuge them, and then we're going to look at the urine sediment. And so yeah, that's what's going to be a lot of fun as well, because you're going to learn how to read and count the red cells and the white cells that are in the urine. And yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoy the course, and without further ado, let's get into some of the nitty-gritty. This is one textbook that we're going to use in the MLA 121 course, and it's Laboratory Safety CSMLS Guidelines. Now, the CSMLS is our national body, and they have come up with this safety textbook. Now, the safety will be taught kind of right throughout the course, so I'll be asking questions you know, on some quizzes and exams and things like that from this safety textbook throughout the course. So we will be starting with this, and I'm going to kind of show you how to use it along with the PowerPoint presentation that I have done. So this will be the first one that you need on Thursday, September 2nd. The second textbook that you require is called Graph's Textbook of Urinalysis and Body Fluids, 3rd edition. So this book becomes a real handy picture book for you when we're looking at the urine sediments. So I will ask you to bring it to all the labs, so you will need it when we start our urinalysis section. Let's look at the course pack. So everyone is going to need a course pack, and then we're going to start with that lab textbook that I just shown you. So the course pack contains all your printed course material. So it's divided into modules, and so I'll just quickly show you Module 1, Lab Safety. That's the very first module that we will take. Each module will have a table of contents, and in that you will see that the learning objectives are divided into objectives 1, 2, 3, and so on. And so as we work through the course material online, you're going to have your course pack open, and you're going to listen to our narrated lectures, which are PowerPoints that are posted on Blackboard. And then you will look at the course schedule, and the course schedule, if on day 1 I would like you to cover objectives 1 to 5, that's how you will work through the course material. So always pay attention to these objectives and when they start and when they end. And yeah, that's how we're going to work through the material. And yeah, we had a lot of success with our students online last year, and each instructor created these narrated PowerPoint lecture videos, and they were a labor of love. They took a long time to do, but they are just an excellent learning tool for you. So I know that you will enjoy them, but that's how you will use your course pack with the video. Know that we use all the content from our course packs on there, so you're going to be able to follow along very easily through this. Now let's look at the course outline together. So the course outline contains some very important information. As a student, I would like you to be very familiar with the course outline. You can see that the course outline will start with the credit hours. And so this is a 5-credit course, which is a large course. It actually runs from September to February, so we kind of go over both terms with this course. And you will have 3 hours of lecture a week in this course and 2 hours of lab. And of course, I'm your instructor, and the other instructor that you will see in the lab with us is Michelle McDermott. So let's look at the course schedule for the fall. So the lectures are on Tuesday and Thursday, and Tuesdays they're at 5 o'clock, and Thursdays they start at 2 o'clock. And then, like I said before in my previous updates, there's 3 lab sections that are running for the MLA 121 course. The course schedule for the winter term, again, the lectures now will be on Monday and Friday, and we will run 3 lab sections as well, and they're on Wednesday. So for my instructor office hours for the fall and the winter term, I'd like you to please email me, and we'll set up a time to meet online using Blackboard Collaborate, or we will arrange to meet in person at the campus. Next, you're going to find the course learning outcomes, and upon successful completion of the course, the students will be able to practice safety in all areas of the lab, use and maintain lab equipment, use and maintain lab glassware, plasticware, prepare, store reagents, solutions, and media according to specifications, calculate solution concentrations and dilutions using appropriate units. We're going to assess and evaluate a urine specimen and its constituents using physical properties and microscopic identification. We're going to use commercial reagent strips to measure chemical constituents in the urine, correlate the results with the urine sediment. We're going to perform and interpret the results of a preg test on a urine with precision and accuracy, and we're also going to describe the pathophysiological conditions of the kidney and the urinalysis findings associated with them. So some of the course topics: lab safety, basic microscopy, thermal equipment, reagent prep, laboratory calculations, properties of a urine specimen, pregnancy testing. As you can see, there's quite a variety in this course, but yeah, it's a fun little lab course, kind of chemistry focused a bit. So of course, you know, I'm a little partial to that, and I hope you are too. So of course, some of our lab activities. So that's basically how we set this course up, right? So you're going to take the lecture, the material in the lecture, and then we're going to apply it in the lab. So that's why it says perform microscopy and calibrate and load a centrifuge, perform pipetting, perform urinalysis, preg tests, calculations, and dilutions. So this is the applied portion of the theory that you learn, and that's why there's so much fun. It also lists the textbooks that you're going to use, the Graphs textbook of urinalysis and the Laboratory Safety CSMLS guidelines. A scientific calculator is going to be required for this. You don't need a very complicated one that will have an exponent and stuff. So I will go over this again as we start that calculations part of this course. And also, I'm just going to give you a quick look into the grading schema that we use. So this is on your course outline. So you will be assessed in a percentage, and then that will transfer to the letter grade. So you can see how the ranges correspond with the letter grades. And then at the end, of course, it will convert it to a grade point average, or the GPA. So I'm sure you've heard of that before. And in MLA, you need an overall GPA. So that's in all the courses of a 2.0 to graduate. Now, I always know that this portion is especially of interest to the students of how you're going to be assessed. And so you will find that in this column, these are our assignments. And so these are pre-lab assignments that you will find on Blackboard. There's the weighting and the description and the due dates of all those assignments. Next, it's the general lab procedures quizzes. So I have 3 in that module and 3 in the urinalysis module. So you can see that they're all weighted at a 3%. Now, of course, that's a very lab-heavy course, right? You will do about 18 labs in total. You will see the name of the lab, how we do them, how they correspond to lab 1 is the microscope, and the weighting of the labs are also listed here. And then we come to the exam portion. So there are 2 exams in the general labs procedures and 2 exams in the urinalysis module as well. They are not cumulative exams. You can see that right here. And they will be weighted here. And so you will write these exams on Blackboard using the Respondus Lockdown browser monitor. And we will show you all about how to load that up and how you can do your exams on that. So this bit is about the course procedures and consequences. Of course, all assignments have a due date, and you need to get your assignments in before the due date has expired. And also the exams, right? You will have a full course schedule, like right from September to February. You print that out, you highlight those important dates. We give a range of dates to write your quizzes and your exams. So I said, if you can look at this, communication is very important. If something is happening personally with you, you need to notify your instructor as soon as as possible, right? To see how we can accommodate and if we can accommodate your request, but communication is the key. You need to let us know and communicate if something is happening that you are unable to make any of these deadlines. One very cool thing that we offer is drop-in labs. Now, drop-in labs is a practice lab that you can come, and that's why you buy those lab kits. You come and you hand in those coupons, and you can practice your phlebotomy, you can practice using the microscope, you can do ECGs, etc. So we might mandate you to go to the drop-in though, if your skills require additional practice. And so that would be something that's just assessed in the lab. And, usually a little more practice, that's all that the student needs. And so we'll probably ask you, please attend drop-in. And so that's why we're doing that, just so your skills can be brought up and increased, of course, before you go to your practicum. So midterm feedback, of course, you have the right to know your progress in this course. You will have a running total in this course, but during the midterm, we will all MLA instructors will post a midterm mark. And of course, if your academic performance is below a D at that time, then of course we're going to ask you to meet with us at any time throughout the term regarding any concerns. I always say to the MLA students, please do not wait too long. Our course goes really fast and really quick, right? So I said, if you're having any difficulties, see your instructor as soon as possible. You will also find a section on academic misconduct. The policies are linked here for you. And of course, you know, all academic misconduct is a serious offense. And so I will let you read through this and look at the policies as well and just become familiar with them. Audio-visual recording of lectures, labs, seminars, or any other teaching environment by students is allowed only with prior written consent of the instructor. So if you could please do that. We don't, of course, encourage you to print and share material outside of this course. So if you're just ever in doubt, just shoot us a quick email or ask us in the lab if you have any questions. Attendance, participation, and professional conduct. So of course, we would expect mandatory attendance in the lab sections. You know, I encourage everybody to attend all Blackboard Collaborate sessions, whether it's in my course or the other courses. That's where we will be face-to-face with you for a portion of that time, and you know, sharing important information, updates, and really honing in on the material as you work through it. So those Blackboard Collaborate sessions, we hold exam reviews, everything like that. So they're really, really important. So of course, we want everyone to attend that. And of course, by actively participating, you will get more out of this course material through the labs, of course, and professional conduct while you have enrolled in a healthcare professional program. So we do hold professionalism at the utmost here, and we expect that all communication, everything will be very respectable to others, to the instructors, to the classmates, etc. So, and always, you know, any communication with us, we expect a professionally written email, etc. So, like I say, if you have any questions at all about anything on here, just please don't hesitate to ask me. Here's a section on student policies. I think that it's really important to know that as a student, you do have rights and responsibilities, and it's a great thing to familiarize yourself with the policies at RDP. And so you will see student rights and responsibilities link there, and student appeals. So it's always important to communicate to you that as a student, you do have the right to appeal, but there is a process that you need to follow for appealing a grade or a decision that has been made. So I will let you look at the rest of these categories on your own, but know under the student support that RDP just has great student support. If you're having any struggles or anything, talk to your instructor, and a lot of times we will suggest that you use the resources that are available to you in the library. A lot of our students in the past have had lots of success, you know, with learning strategies, with note-taking, studying for exams. They have great suggestions, and then all you have to do is make an appointment to see someone there. There's, of course, an incredible disabilities resources section at Red Deer Polytechnic, and the counseling. So if you ever need to talk to a counselor, the counselors are available to all RDC students, and so there's their number and the link there too. So I will let you continue to read some of these categories. I want to talk about the online course considerations. So of course the ongoing situation related to COVID continues, and we're going to be delivering this course in a blended format. So the labs will be face-to-face and our lectures are going to be online. So we are hoping to continue with this delivery model. But if someone directs us to stop a portion of this, know that we will do our utmost to accommodate you in any way with the material, with the labs, and just know that we can pivot quite quickly. We've known that over the last year and a half. So with our fingers crossed, we're just hoping that our delivery of this program just can continue as we have planned. Let's now look at the lecture lab exam schedule. And so I've made these schedules of course, for the general lab procedure portion and for the urinalysis portion. So you can see the weeks are divided up here. The dates are here, the materials, so what we're going to be covering. So week 1, our very first class together, is Thursday, September 2nd. We are going to have a Blackboard Collaborate session, so we're going to do a course overview, and then I will want you to start watching the lab safety video, which is corresponding module 1 in your course pack, and I want you to cover objectives 1 to 4. So you'll notice in the video, the lectures, that of course we introduce all the topics by objective. So that's how you're going to know that you have covered the material. And I also just put another note in here, start questions at the back of the CSMLS lab safety textbook. So in our very first session together, I'm going to cover all this and show you how to work through the material. But as you can see, I'd like you to print it out and hold it very close to you. Highlight those important dates. You will see that the lab portions are written in purple, and I kind of filled the cell with gray so they kind of stand out. Again, our lab sections are on Wednesdays, and so our lectures are Tuesday and Thursday, so that's a great way. On Tuesdays, you will notice I will have a Blackboard Collaborate session with you. And again, it's not my intention to use all your class time up here. They are 80-minute classes, but it's a perfect way for us to come together and do a lab review before your lab on Wednesday. Now, if we were in the classroom, this is exactly the procedure that I would follow, is that I would get you to print your lab out. They're on Blackboard, so you will print them per week here, and we will go through them together and see if there's any questions, and I'll give you kind of hints on what to do and what to highlight. And I have some questions at the back of each of those labs that I want you to fill in before the lab. And so it's called Malin's Rundown. So again, I will go over this with you on that Blackboard Collaborate session and show you exactly how I would like you to work through there. Now, so again, it's not my intention to take all your time, because I want you to continue to watch the lab safety video, which is module 1. And now I want you to cover objectives 5 to 9. And then do the questions at the back of the CSMLS lab safety textbook. And so this is just an example of how you're going to work through the material. So I have the date, what you should do on that date. And again, you want to work ahead, just follow this outline, and yeah, you'll be fine. But you don't have to work ahead, but if you want to, you can. But I want you to be on, like, this schedule is going to keep you on track. You will see that I have the quizzes highlighted here. They're your quizzes, your exams are going to be written on Blackboard. And so I open and close them, of course, very similarly to my other course on MLA 104. So I said I will have the date highlighted for you. So just, use this as a great guide to the course. So print it out, keep it close, highlight important dates, and you will see that the first 10 weeks, basically, we will be covering the general lab procedures, a portion of this course. Now I'll quickly review the urinalysis schedule. As you see, we will have an introduction to the urinalysis on November 9th. And really your first Blackboard Collaborate session, Lab 8 review, that's our very first urine lab together. I'll tell you to watch the Mod 1 video. Objective 1 and 2 is what I want you to complete there. And yeah, so again, it's all set up the very same as the general lab, so you can see the urine labs that we're going to do. So we will start them November 17th is your first urine lab, and then this course will go right to yeah, to February. I think February 9th is our final lab that we have together for the urinalysis, but it is very similar. Yeah, it will be by objective, by module. There's only 4 modules in the urinalysis section. So yeah, so I said that is what we'll do. And of course, both of these schedules are going to be posted on Blackboard for you to print out. And like I said, highlight those important dates, keep it handy, use it with your course pack and the videos that we have created, and you will be golden. I just wanted to quickly show another study tool that I offer in my course, and that's these study guides. You will have the study guides for the quizzes and also for the exams that you will write. So this is a great way to make study notes. Now I will put them up so you can have them and print them out. And, you know, you can make study notes as you go. These are the things that you need to know. Number 1, for the first quiz that you will write in the GLP section. And yeah, so I just wanted to take a, you know, just a quick look at this, that there are some study guides. And of course, they're meant to help you hone in on the material that's important for you to know. So look for those in my course. And just another note on the quizzes that you will write. So the quizzes are on Blackboard. They do not require the webcam, the monitor, and the Respondus lockdown feature. But they are timed, so they are not intended for you to look up every answer. You need to study and be prepared to write the quizzes. But the exams that are the bigger chapter exams, of course, are going to require lockdown browser and monitor. You're going to have a working webcam to write these exams. They will put you through the procedure on how to write the exam. You will have to show your whole exam area, just so there's no course materials or any aids for you during that exam. So those bigger exams require that. My quizzes are timed, but do not require that. So I just want to mention a couple of those things. Again, I will go through this when we all come together on our first day of class and throughout the course, just to remind you. But please know that we're going to have a lot of fun together in this course. If you can please go over the course outline, print those course schedules, everything like that, and then come prepared for class by always referring to that course schedule that I have provided for you. And yeah, it will be great. All right, thanks for watching this overview.